Hi people, I'm Drishti Nehra and today I have a very special person with me who is very inspiring mentor and educator and who just not teaches us our syllabus but helps us with all our life skills, is a friend, is a teacher and a everything to us. So today I have with me is Deepika Lohan ma'am, one of my favorite. So would you like to tell us your area of expertise ma'am?
Sure. Thank you, Risha, for having me
You're welcome ma'am. My
and
pleasure.
and calling me favorite. That has already made my day. Yeah. So I teach psychology at Amity University, and my area of expertise is health psychology and positive psychology.
Yes ma'am. Okay, so how was your experience with this career of teaching?
I never wanted to be a teacher.
Oh,
I always saw myself that I'd become an officer one day, but life had its own plans, and I got a chance. My first job was at NCU, and I got a chance to teach students as a visiting faculty, and they were paying me really well.
okay.
That was my first move towards teaching. I used to tell in my classes about my story of how God made me become a teacher. I did not choose teaching, but now am in love with teaching
Yeah.
because when I'm in the classes, it gives me a good high and it gives me a good, I think I'm creating a difference. And
Yeah.
the beauty of teaching is that I'm able to impart not only the content of book but the content of life, what I have experienced and what I have seen happening. So I think I go with the experience in my classes, the experience of people, the experience of hurt, the experience of truth, the experience of people.
Yes, ma'am, this is the spirit we love about you, which makes you different than others. So, yeah. The next question is what inspired you to pursue this subject?
So I was in my school. I had taken up PCM. I had scored really well in my 10th. I
Oh,
had topped
PCM.
in 10th, and that made me choose science because at that time only the intelligent student used to take science.
Yeah.
And when I took science, I was devastated to see that I had flunked in maths.
Oh,
Probably it was not my cup of tea, and then I realized how different हम सबका brain होता है. And
yes,
then
ma'am.
I made a point that this is not what I want to proceed with. And then I started connecting with people more. I was a prefect at my school, and then the leadership role, the skills enhanced. And then there was something, whenever I used to cross the corridors of psychology lab, I used to feel fascinated. I used to feel this is something that was a calling for me.
Yeah.
And I remember the day I took an independent decision to pursue psychology. And you'd be, surprised to know that the topper of my school, she did not get admission into the first cutoff in Delhi University, and I did, despite being having 76% in science, because that was because of sports quota. I'm grateful that लाइफ में अपने आप गॉड अगर हमें कहीं पहुंचा देता है तो वो जो प्लान होता है
Yeah,
इसके पीछे
God's path.
एग्जैक्टली. So with that, through sports quota I got admission in Delhi University, and I got the platform to learn with the cream and to be taught by world class professors. And my journey began of psychology from Delhi University.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. The next thing I would like to know what is the current status of psychology as a profession?
Currently psychology is blooming. If you talk about the scope of psychology, there is ample scope of psychology. There was a myth that India में scope नहीं है psychology का,
Yeah.
इसलिए बच्चे बाहर जा रहे हैं. They're paying 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs in the private universities just to get the tag of foreign. But even in India, there are many universities who are giving good courses, terminologies there, following the NEP guidance. And if you talk about the larger interest, now a lot of students are coming up with psychology, with different branches coming up of psychology.
And when I was also looking for universities for this subject, my people around me also, they suggested me to go outside of India to continue to study this subject because it's better over there. But I wanted to do it in India only.
better, it's better there because a structure is followed. They have
Yeah.
an infrastructure, they have rules, regulatory bodies there. In
Yes,
India
ma'am.
currently, I'd like to give you a reality check. A lot of unethical practices are being done. People who are not even psychologists, they are giving sessions
Yes, ma'am.
on these apps on Instagram. They are charging hefty amounts. Without a degree they are giving sessions. So it's a message from my side that whenever you're seeking help, make sure you check the credentials of the psychologist. It's a
Yes,
must,
ma'am.
because there's no validation, there's no, people who do not even have license, they are practicing, they are dealing with the major cases
Yes,
where
ma'am.
only a clinical psychologist can take those cases.
Rather than helping, they can mislead someone, which can be life risk also for someone.
Because with this, when people are going for therapy, they're coming up with a bad experience,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
then that वो विश्वास तोड़ता है therapy. So people are afraid to go to therapy, because I get cases where my students tell me that therapist ghosted them. How pity it is that
Yes,
the
ma'am.
therapist cannot handle, because the therapist does not have the credentials to take up a major session. Hence they, ghost you, or they're not ethical, they're not following ethical practices. If you remember, there was the latest news where a therapist had assaulted girls.
Yeah, he was recording the session and then
Exactly.
yeah.
So that is showing that, in because you're dealing with humans, you have to be very particular about the ethics. It has to be, confidence along with confidentiality has to be maintained.
Yes, ma'am. You have to keep things to you only. Before leaving, ma'am, do you think we this upcoming generation should pursue this subject?
Definitely, why not? There is so much of scope of psychology. स्कोप से ज़्यादा देखा जाए तो हमारी इंडिया में कितनी ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन है, और लोनलीनेस, डिप्रेशन भर भर के इंडिया में आ गया है, बिकॉज ऑफ वेरियस रीजंस. आप ये देखिए, गैजेट्स ने हमारी लाइफ बिल्कुल चेंज कर दी है,
Yes, ma'am.
एंड वी आर अट्रैक्टिंग लिटरली दीज मेंटल हेल्थ इलनेसेस.
Yes, ma'am.
तो स्क्रीनिंग की कितनी ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है, डायग्नोसिस की कितनी ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है, अलॉन्ग विद दैट.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really nice meeting you and doing this session with you. It's my pleasure, and I hope this would help a lot of students out there watching this video. Thank you so much, ma'am.
My pleasure.